I've been working primarily with people on the registry, for 25, 30 years. Some folks are devastated simply because of the charges or allegations. That particular stigma or title is enough to do them in. And some are not necessarily bothered by that, and I'm not talking about whether they actually did what they were charged with or sentenced for. And for others, I worked with mandated clients. So, like you, the vast majority of the people that I worked with had to go to talk to me. And so, for a number of them, that experience or the experience of being on probation or parole was the most horrible experience. And so, they could be at war with me, or they could be at war with their probation officer or whatever. And then, of course, plus all of that, or if not that other stuff, being on the registry. And of course, as of a few years ago, guys in Missouri would have been on the registry forever. That was extremely disconcerting. So there are a number of consequences, at least legally, that act as incredible acts of alienation or resentment or destruction for guys. And some respond to that in terms of a denial. Some guys respond to it in terms of anger. The typical fight, flight, freeze. I mean, those experiences would be typical for me when I receive a client. Any one of those general kind of responses I could face. Some people would be lose a little bit of their fight and a little bit of their flight because of the way that I would deal with them. Perhaps they felt like I was treating them like a human being and not just some sort of stigmatized kind of label. Other guys, it didn't seem to make much difference what I said to them. They were going to just continue in that road for a while. And then there might be, and I would say my experience, usually there were some significant changes in both um, emotion as well as in the way that people think. And then that, of course, led to changes in their behavior. My experience is that people respond to being on the registry on this really huge continuum. I mean, I've worked with guys who, in terms of Missouri, are tier 3 registrants, and they could really give a hell about it. They got to go in, they got to sign up. They've managed not to lose a number of jobs because of it. It's a incredible difficulty in terms of their finding a place to live. And when they do find a place to live, it tends to be a dangerous neighborhood or a problematic kind of area. And even though they face those particular traumatic experiences, and it happens so often, they just live with it. Now, some of it is because they can just simply be in denial about it. And some of them take on a kind of an acceptance and find different ways to meet every one of those challenges and avoid all of the so-called maladaptive coping responses. Um, and a large number of the guys that I work with thrive, even overcoming all of those particular kind of obstacles. Other guys, like you say, it's just so debilitating that their lives get kind of ruined. I've been doing this so long here in Missouri that I've experienced all of a number of so-called additional particular reprimands. So for a long time, depending on when your offense was, you weren't bound by the residential requirements. And so, but then that changed. And then the use of GPS for some crimes. And then the restrictions on using computers or using the internet or the kind of phone that you could have or the ability to be around your own children who you were actively working to keep a home for. All of those different kinds of additional reprimands that have been added are put into guys' lives after they've already felt like they've done their necessary requirements for fulfilling the justice requirements.